I want to get started with treasure hunting. So what I'm going to do at this point here is actually go to the place where I first started. So I'm still less than a week into this game, and I bought most of my property inside of Cleveland. As you can take a look here, you'll see I have 12 properties in this area. So I kind of wanted to do a little treasure hunting in this particular location. So what I'm going to do now is, because I want to do more of this, instead of me buying properties in other cities, I'm just going to continue just building it out here. I'm going to make this my home place until they open up Florida. Once Florida opens up, that's where I'm going to make my home base. I just enjoy it there, but I'd like to have properties all over the world, obviously. But when it comes to the treasure hunting, that's something I want to do. And I actually, instead of me just buying properties here and there, knowing that I can be able to actually spread this out, which I'm going to do here. Once I'm able to spread this out and have properties in all different locations within the city, is going to make treasure hunting a lot easier. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and fly on over. So I'm going to go ahead and click my little chess piece, and you'll see I'm actually in New Orleans. I'm going to fly here. So in order for me to get there, I can't go straight to where was it, Cleveland? So I have to go to Chicago. So I'm going to fly to Chicago. It's going to cost me 840 UPIX. It's going to take 14 minutes. And we're going to go ahead and fly on out. Look at this. Fly away, you sweet thing. All right, 13 minutes left. And once that ends, I'll go ahead and see you on the other side. Looks like we have just a little bit over a minute left for our flight. It was a good flight. Lots of peanuts, lots of drinks, good times. Now, what's going to happen is once I arrive into Chicago, then the next step is I'm going to need to send my character over to, where's the next terminal? I got to find out where the next terminal is, and then go ahead and take the bus and head on over to Cleveland. So that's the next step here. So while we're doing that, I just do want to mention that, the gameplay, there is no right or wrong answer. This is just however you feel like playing. If you feel like spending a lot of money, if you don't like spending a lot of money, it's up to you. I'm kind of in the middle. I'd like, when a new city comes up or whatever, I'd like to spend some cash if I need it immediately. But for the most part, I'm just going to buy property and then go ahead and hopefully I can flip it, make some type of profit from there, and then take that income and just buy more property. Just keep on doing it over and over again. Again, this is something that's new to me. I've never been actually involved with real estate flipping or anything like that, so it's gonna be a little different. But here we go. So we got 2 seconds left, and we're about to. There we go. So we arrived at our destination. Welcome. You safely arrived. That was nice. The weather here is always awesome. All right, let's deplane. Cool. So we made it. Now we're actually here. And I always like, again, depending on which airport I go to, I kind of like to look at what people are selling their properties for. So this area, 8,500 cash. That's cash, homie. 7,900 cash, straight cash. 99 million. All right, UPIX. Let's see what this was going for. 99 million UPIX. So yeah, this person got in early and got themselves a nice little spot. All right, so now that I'm here, I'm going to just be wandering until I find out where the next terminal. So, okay, in Chicago, I'm going to go ahead and go to the bus. We're going to repeat the same process here. So now I know it's out of range, but it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and go to the terminal. It's going to cost me 30 UPIX. There's 62 of those remaining. I got 8 cents left. Let's do it. So now here's the next stop. We're almost there. Again, I'll try to make this as short as possible. All right, so now that I'm here, let's look at the property. 15 mil. $8,000 USD. All right. So here we go. So now I'm gonna select the destination, and I'm going to. I'm not going there. Oh, I could have taken the bus to New Orleans. I did not know that. Well, now that I know, I actually flew, so it was a lot quicker. I wonder what the price is. Let's see. 320. Yeah, that's a lot better. I could have done that, but it would have taken a lot longer. It's taken 2 hours, 2 hours and 3 minutes. But it's okay. Now I know that I can do that. So going forward, I'm going to do that. It'll save me at least, I could have bought some property for that. But anyway, I want to go to Cleveland. 150 UPIX. It's going to take 50 minutes. Time to ride. All right. So enjoy this train. All aboard. Actually, I've never been on a real train either. So this is kind of exciting. Look at that. How sweet is that? All right. Now, again, we're going to do some treasure hunting, but again, I can't do it until an hour comes here. So once I arrive, it's going to be the same process. I'm going to go ahead and depart, and then we're going to go ahead and start doing a little bit of treasure hunting. All right, hang on, and I'll see you in just a few. Now that I've departed, I'm actually in my area, and just letting you know before we get started, there's a couple different standards of hunting or different ways to enjoy it. You got the standard, which is when everyone can participate as free once every 24 hours. After that, it costs you a certain amount of UPX to do it. You can just go ahead and try that one. But I'm going to tell you the first thing you're going to do, which I learned because I had a mistake with it, was let's go to my properties. I'm going to go ahead and navigate to one of my properties here. So I'm in Cleveland right now. And I'm just going to choose any one of them, it doesn't matter. Let's send myself to it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is show you that you have to turn on your treasure. So on your property itself, let's go ahead and go to my property. So a quick thing, instead of me zooming in and out like that, is better like if I was out here, instead of me zooming, as soon as you send yourself to another location, just hit this little chest button, it takes you there quicker. That's a quick little tip. All right, so here's my property, and you want to click on this little treasure button, because this tells you when you have the treasure button on. But let me go ahead and send myself back to it. I was at the other property. And once you turn that on, then you're going to start seeing some arrows. Now, the cool thing about the arrows is the arrows gives you a hint of how close or how far you are to the actual treasure you're hunting. Now, what you're going to look for, see I have it pressed down? So that's what you want to do. And what you're going to start seeing is going to show you like the arrows. The slower that it pulsates, the further it is away from you. The faster, and when it starts getting to red, that's when you can have an idea. Now, before you start this, you want to make sure you have, at least, as many sends as you possibly can. And also remember, this is going to cost you money. If you don't have a lot of properties here, anytime you send yourself to a location, it's going to cost you whatever UPX. Like this UPX right here, I'm charging 10 UPX to travel to my property. But for the most part, if it might cost you 50 UPX to start this game, and then anytime you send yourself to another location. And with this type of treasure, you get anywhere from I think 120 UPX up to 3,000. So I've done only 2 treasure hunts so far, and I've only made 120. But the cost with me using a couple sends, it actually kind of evened out. I didn't really make too much from it. But this video here is just to show you my experience with this. So let's go ahead and start the treasure hunt. So I'm going to click on the little 3 buttons on the bottom. Actually, before I do that, let's go ahead and zoom out. There we go. I like that. And I'm going to turn off the other explorers. I don't want to see other explorers. All right, we get rid of them. Okay, so let's go to treasures. And here, this is the ready, this is the classic. The other ones are still charging. So I want to do the classic. So it's going to spawn for free. And here's the first one is free. The next one's going to cost you, I think, 50 UPX, and the next one might be 100 or whatever. So right now, it is not going to cost you anything. And the chances are to get 120 to 3,400 UPX. So let's go ahead and start this here. It's active. Now the first thing I want to do is click on my little guy here, and it's telling me the up arrow is that way. So I'm going to go ahead and move my guy. And it's a really slow moving. So what I'm going to do is scroll this as far as I can to see if I have any properties in this other area, which I do. So I'm going to go over here. So now I know if I click on this, hopefully it's going to tell me that I'm in between this area. Whoops. Send. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit this little zoom button so it takes me close to it. Now I'm going to look at the arrow. So the arrow says now it's down. So I know it's going to be down, and it's pulsing a little bit faster. So what I'm going to do is make this a little bit bigger. And see, I don't have any property down this area. I know I don't. So what I'm going to do is let's go in between here. So I'm going to go into this area to see if there's anything that's cheap, like 5 UPX, which this is. Boom, 5. So I got 9 cents left. This is going to be the first one I use because the other ones were my property, so it didn't cost me any cents. And now I'm going to click on this. And then we're going to take a look here, which area. So now I know it's in that direction. It's a little bit better. So now I'm going to zoom this out here. I'm thinking it's going to be around this area here. And I got 3 minutes on the side. You see how much time I have left. All right, so I'm going to see if I have a property here that's for 5. That's 25 UPX because I don't want to spend that much. 10 is okay. So I'm going to go ahead and 10. Got 8 UPX left. So I know the last place I was at was up here. So I know it's this place, that place. So I'm kind of having like an idea. All right, let me scroll down. Click this. So now I know I went too far. So then I'm going to zoom up. And I know the last place was over there, so let's go ahead and try Buckeye Shaker. See if we have anything in here around 5 or 10 upix. And I want to go close to this one just because this is 15, okay. But it's because it's also another airplane there. I can pick that up. I got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes 50 seconds left. All right. Click on this arrow. So now it's down that. So I went too far, but it's okay. Click this. So I got my 3 cents from it. But you see, I already spent some money. All right. So that's too far. So let me go in the middle. So right here. Let's see if there's any 5 or 10, 15. So let's see what this. Nope. You can't hit me. Click on that one. I'm going right above it. 5 upix. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to navigate to that area. Click the little button on the bottom to get me closer to it. So it scrolls down. Zoom in. And let's see. So a little bit. So it's a little bit closer. So now I know I'm between this area and the last one that I did up there. So I know it's between this and Shaker. So I'm going to go in Signet Avenue. Let's go around here. I'm going to go to this spot right here. Ooh, that's 25 upix. Let's see if this is 5. 20. I could do 20. But you see how much I already spent already. I got 1:40 left. All right. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so I'm really close to you. See how it turned red? Let's see if I can grab this. Okay. So now that it turned red, that means I'm a lot closer. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this area here. And that's 5 upix. I'm going to pick up another 1 or 2 of these things here. So I know between Bell Avenue and that one, so hopefully it's closer. All right, click on this. So it's now it's to the right, so I know it's closer, so it's a lot closer. Let's go ahead and try. That's 10 upix. Let's go here. So let's see if it's between this area and that area. Look at this here. I got 46 seconds. Can I do it? All right, so it's almost there. So we're close to it. I'm going to say it's right over here. 5 upix. Let's try it. I found it. So there you go. So it took me a little bit to get there, but again, I was trying to show you and I was navigating. So let's see what we won. So I know I spent some money on it. So I'm preferring to move there. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to click to the sky. Here we go. Congratulations. You've got nice work. All right, but that cost me how much? See, and I only got 120 upix, so didn't really win too much, but there are chances you can win some Spark. There's some other stuff you can get to it. So now if I wanted to try it again, you're going to see here to the treasure, it would cost me 50 to do it again. So I don't want to do it because, again, if I spent 50, unless I had a lot of property there, and I know that, you know, I can actually click on my own property so it doesn't cost me any cents, I wouldn't mind doing it. But if it costs me 25 here, 25 there, 25 there, it's not worth it for me. But it's still fun to do. And I'll do, you know, do at least one a day if you can, and just go from there. So hopefully that helped you out, showed you how this is my 3rd time doing it, so I'm definitely going to get better. I'm going to learn how to actually start doing more triangulation and pinpointing it and stuff like that. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, because what I'm going to do is do a lot more videos on Upland, but also I'm going to show you as a content creator how you can start using the metaverse to your abilities, because again, I like creating content. I do YouTube, I do blogging, all sort of stuff like that, and I'm going to see how I can tie that into the metaverse when it's that time. All right, see you in the next video.